We're going to start the filling. We've got a large pan here, a little bit of olive oil, and we want to saute some onions. So I have some chopped onions.
And red onions, eh? It gives it even more color.
Red onion, yeah, I love using red onion. We have some garlic here. And what I'm going to do is, we'll grate it in. These microplanes, we use them for zest a lot, but they're good for anything, especially garlic. So if you want to get a really nice fine mince, that garlic clove turns into a paste in no time.
There's some exciting research on garlic and heart health as well. So by including a clove of garlic in your diet every day, there's some evidence that helps to reduce inflammation. Again, that word that's associated with so many chronic diseases. So great for heart health and potentially for cancer prevention as well.
Not so much for your breath.
You're right, exactly.
But then you add the parsley and it counteracts.
We're going to be balancing it with some other flavors. And hopefully you're enjoying this meal with friends and family, so you'll all have garlic bread.
Well, and the other thing about this recipe, we're using Bulgar wheat, we're using garlic, we're using parsley. It's reminiscent. I think if you added some Middle Eastern flavors, you could almost have a completely different dish, right?
Absolutely.
So like ground coriander, ground cumin, and Lebanese food, Middle Eastern food is becoming really, really trendy, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So onion, garlic. I love this, just grating, something so simple, but grating carrots. Adds so much flavor, so much color and textures. So I mean, it's fantastic for this recipe, but we've used it in smoothies, we've used it in meatballs. It's a really, really nice ingredient to try to use. So.
And this is a great way to hide it from the little kids too. You know, if it's all inside the pepper, you don't even know that the veggies are going in.
Yeah, so that's really easy. That's going to go in with our carrot, onion, garlic, and you just want to cook them until soft. So about 5 minutes, 6 minutes. You can add a little bit of salt and pepper. And again, at this point, like Shannon said, if you want to take it into a Middle Eastern direction, or you want to take it into maybe more of a French and add some like herbs de Provence, this would be the time to do that.
Yeah. You could even do, I mean, if you're sticking with the Thai theme from the appetizer, you could go in with some flavors like chilies and lemongrass and fish sauce, cilantro.
Absolutely. And so from there, our ground turkey is going to go directly in. So the turkey, you just want to kind of break it up and then let that brown. And it takes about 15 minutes or so. You want to get some nice color on there.
You know, I learned a tip from one of the other chefs that I work with in the test kitchen. And when you're browning up any ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken, especially ground chicken because it tends to be a little bit more moist. If you use a whisk, it totally breaks it apart really nicely.
Very smart.
Yeah. So I'm just cleaning out the peppers here. So I've just cut the tops off. If you can, try and keep the stems on. I mean, it's a little hard to do, so these ones didn't work out that way. And that's what we're really cooking here. So I'm just using my hands to pull out the seeds and the membrane and make room for all that yummy stuffing. So I like to use the colored peppers. If you use the green peppers, they tend to go a little bit gray. So use the red, yellow, or orange. Otherwise, they lose their vibrance.
And the brighter the colors, that tells us that there's more antioxidants that are in there, which help to prevent free radical damage, which again, linked with heart disease. So it helps to protect us from just exposure to the environment and aging, all of those fun things that tend to go on.
Yeah, you could also do, you can buy those little miniature peppers in the stores. Have you guys seen the little tiny mini peppers? You could use those and have like as an appetizer. Yeah?
Oh, that'd be fun.
I've seen it done with zucchini as well. And it's not the regular zucchini you find, it's more of the marrow zucchini, so it's a little lighter in green, has kind of like a bigger bottom, and then it narrows up almost like a bowling pin.
And we're always looking for stuff to do with zucchini in the summer. Like I think it's one of the top searched recipes on Google because nobody knows what to do with it other than to make zucchini bread.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would it work if you grated up some zucchini like you did with the carrot and put it in, or would it be too moist in the recipe?
I think you could get away with it, especially the grains are going to absorb all that yummy zucchini flavor, right?
So that takes, once that browns, you remove it from the heat and you can add your bulgur, parsley. There's a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there, and that goes right into the stuffing.
So if you want your peppers to stay flat, you can even just remove a tiny bit of the bottom. You're going to stuff them into this recipe makes 5, so you're going to stuff them into a pan and they're kind of going to lean on each other anyway, right? So, but yeah, if you can always have that option.
Really, really nice. And we did there's a nice little breadcrumb topping that you made here.
So panko, grated Parmesan, which is also going to go into the stuffing, and then fresh parsley.
And that goes right on top, so I can help you there.
If you're going to do the Middle Eastern, you could chop up fresh mint and put that in with the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
So I'm getting hungry.
If you wanted a gluten-free version and you didn't want to use the panko breadcrumb, one thing we've used often is cooked millet. Cooked millet, and then you add your other flavors, pack it up on top, and in the oven it crisps up really, really nice. And millet, I mean, we love using millet. I know it's not seen as often in recipes here in North America. It's eaten a lot.
We use it as bird seed.
We use it as bird seed here for some reason.
But we're taking it back from the birds.
Yes, it's delicious. We can eat it too.
Putting it on our table.
So what do you have to do to the millet? I've seen it in health food stores, but I've never really cooked with it.
Yeah, so millet, 2 to 1 is the ratio. So 1 cup millet to 2 cups water. Bring the water to a boil. It's like cooking quinoa. So you bring the water to a boil, add your millet, you reduce the heat to low, and put your lid on top, and 15 minutes. So pretty much the exact same way you cook quinoa. And then you fluff it up with a fork. It's a really neutral grain. It's a mild grain, so it doesn't have that flavor that quinoa brings.
So that gives you the opportunity to really amp up the flavor with other favorite ingredients,
It's
right?
a flavor absorber, yeah.
Awesome.
And so that's what they look like. Delicious. And so if you want to make these ahead of time, you can definitely put these in the fridge.
Yeah, for sure. Because your meat's already cooked, you just have to heat them up. So they'll go into a 350 oven now for about, I like to cook for 10-15 minutes, and then add your tops, because the tops otherwise you're going to go soft before the rest of the stuff's all hot. So,
so
yeah.
this is what they look like. And I did the mini ones, or I'll show you what the other ones look like. I did all kinds of shapes of peppers in here. But this is what you're looking for, that nice browning. The tops came off because I had too many things in there. So if it comes off, it's okay. But
so we've put some tomato sauce in the bottom of the pan. I guess we forgot to mention that.
Yes.
Just helps them steam a little bit and gives them some extra moisture. And then you can use that sauce to just spoon over top.
all right, so the beginning uncovered, and then would you put the lids on
Well,
top?
I think I would just leave them uncovered, because I like a little bit of firmness to the pepper still. If you put them with a cover, I'm afraid they're going to get too soft and fall apart.
And that's it. So those are stuffed peppers with ground turkey and bulgur wheat.
Yummy.
Another perfect one for Mother's Day.
Awesome.